All right, guys, welcome to Road to Cat 99. Before we start, I just want to talk about our GDPI booster course and the offering so that those who have not started their preparation or are completely relying on the free resources can check out our website here, right? And you will get complete information. The latest batch that we started has recently we started this batch. And in case of any doubts, you can also message me, but you will find almost all the details here, right? For example, we have four variants: basic, advanced, elite, and essential one, right? These are the offerings for every variant, right? The only difference between the four variants is the number of sessions. Rest everything is same. You will be assigned one-to-one mentor in the advanced and elite course, and when it comes to material or when it comes to access to the mentors, you will have access to 60 plus mentors, so with that you can book sessions with any of the mentors, and the complete list of the mentors is uploaded on this website. You have to just click here, you will get complete list with their past companies, with their upcoming internship companies, and we will have a lot of sessions. For example, MDI calls have been out. There is a process, separate process called BAT, right? So we will have institute specific preparation for MDI. For IIM Mumbai, we have already planned a session for all the colleges that come under snap. We have already planned a lot of session for NMIMS, right? So in case you are looking for a prep where your chances to convert your dream colleges increase significantly, you can definitely enroll in one of our courses. So now I think right time to start the agenda for the today, that is the mock interview. Soumya, I would like you to just give a brief about your profile to the audience, and so that I can also guess from which background you are coming in, and then we will start the mock
Okay.
interview.
Okay, sir. So myself, Soumya Sinha. I'm currently working at Defense PSU Bharat Electronics Limited, and I have been deputed to ADE DRDO. I am a mechanical engineer from SVNIT Surat, passing batch 2022. I have done my schooling from Baroda High School in Vadodara. And
Okay, and
do you want
what
me?
calls have you received?
Yes. So do you want to? Sorry, sir.
What all calls
Yeah.
have
So
you
calls
received
I
so
have
far?
received Bangalore. I haven't received A and C. I received Bangalore, Indore, Lucknow, and all the baby and cap IIMs.
Okay, can you just turn on your camera?
Yes, sir, just a second.
All right, fine. I can see you. One more thing, people who are watching it as an audience, right? Don't comment anything in between the mock interview and do not even react, right? After the mock interview, we will invite your suggestions, right? About, let's say, Soumya, about me, or about the overall experience, right? So just give me 2 minutes and then maybe we can start. All right, Soumya, just introduce yourself.
Nice.
Tell me some good things about you.
So, good evening, everyone. If I describe myself, I am a product of resilience and discipline. Resilience came in me in early of my life stage as I became a financial anchor for my family, and discipline as I am dedicatedly committed to rigorous strength training. And I brought this along with me to ADE, DRDO, and Bell. But the defining stage in my life wasn't, and as I joined as a design head for Archer UAV, the defining moment wasn't the design. It was the stage when the supply chain was about to collapse, and we were about to have a massive LD fees on us, and the flight trials were about to get delayed. So I took the extreme ownership of this. I left my design role along with, and I shifted to vendor's place for almost 18 months. Along with that, I also traveled a lot during those times for looking for tier two and tier one vendors and have a ground reality check. This whole tenure was like a leadership training for me. And on technical side, I was able to analyze the tier one and tier two bottlenecks in the vendor place, and I re-engineered their procurement cycles and everything, due to which we were able to accomplish the four airframe delivery before the schedule. And on personal side, it tested my patience and communication. During that time, I learned how to communicate with rigid senior government officials, negotiate and navigate the conversation, along with managing conversations with the rigid vendors, and convince both of them to change their ways and improve them. So, and on personal, like along with that, I was also managing my junior team, and that thing created empathy in me and EQ in me, because it was a very high pressure time. And I learned one thing, that you can't have a work done just by issuing commands. You need to have a personal communication with them. So now I am an engineer who has learned that success can only be achieved if you have patience, people management, and process
So, ma'am, we
precision
have to
with you.
stop you
So,
here. What we feel
okay,
is
sir.
that you have not done anything in your life except your work.
Okay.
So far, we don't know you as a person. We did not even get to know why you are disciplined, why you are resilient, what
Mm.
exactly you pursued your in your graduation. We are just assuming that you must have completed your UG degree, right? But still, I am not sure what else you have done apart from
Okay.
your work, and
Yes,
work.
sir. Because genuinely speaking, this is the first time I'm doing this. Like, I was busy in office and all, so I couldn't get much time. So I was assuming that all of my credentials and everything will be available with the panel. So that's why I was not again reciting all those things, because it will be waste the panel time.
No, so okay, so maybe we have to reschedule it because at this point of time, I feel either your answers are not structured, right, or either you
Okay.
really don't know how the interviews happen, right? So if you are saying, if you are, let's say you have a IIM Bangalore call, right, and then you are saying that the panel must know, or the panel would already have an idea about your UG, about or this and that, then also they would have some idea about your work ex as well, right?
Yes.
But the point is, you started with one thing, that you are a product of resilience and discipline. You spoke about that for, let's say, 1 to let's say 10 seconds or 20 seconds. After that, you started explaining DRDO, your work there, how you manage vendors, how you travel to tier 1, tier 2 cities, right? And you kept on speaking for that, right? So I think you took maybe 20, 2 minutes or more than 2 minutes, and you were just explaining your work, and work, right? So this really means either you have to structure your tell me about yourself, right? Because a lot of questions
Okay.
will come from this area, right? So
Okay.
if you are starting with this kind of introduction, then maybe the general assumption is that or the candidates might have prepared on their own, but at least they must have smoothen out the kind of questions which are expected, right? This is like the first
Mm.
question, and it should have been prepared if you have IIM Bangalore call. I think the dates are not out yet, right?
No, sir.
Right. Okay. So the dates are not out yet, but the point is, if you would have given me this introduction after having 5 years of work experience, maybe then it would have make little sense. But still, again, in that case, also, I would advise you to start with maybe your early life, maybe from your city, and then if you don't want to touch upon your graduation part, it's completely okay, but still speak something about that so that you are connecting dots. And till, let's say, till 3 minutes I was just waiting that you may come up with something else, maybe with hobbies, maybe with something else, right? And when you try to change the conversation, right, you are just switching from work to the learnings from work, then from another, then to another kind of work, then to another kind of learning from that work only, right? So
Yes.
maybe if you're going to I'm Bangalore, right? High work experience people are preferred there, right? But that does not mean that they want to listen a lot of things around your work, right? The
Okay.
Bangalore interview, uh, they test you on multiple aspects, right? So first, at least you should give them a lot of things. Otherwise, they will get to know. In case they want to grill you, right? They should have some areas where you are already comfortable, right? If you don't give them a lot of information, maybe then I can just ask you, okay, tell me the coastline of India, right? How many
Okay.
neighboring,
Yes. Yes.
right? What is the length of boundary that we share with the China? Just to grill you, just to put a layer of pressure on you, because you are not giving me anything apart from your work. And even in your work, right, you have to say the things in a very structured manner so that a panel understands that. right? Maybe you are very clear about what you are saying, right? But I felt that I am not understanding it that much, right?
Okay.
Second point is that don't assume that they would go through your complete SOP that you have filled. Most of the time, they don't even touch that, right?
Okay.
They just know that okay, you are coming from a mechanical background, or in some cases they might not have even any idea about your UG degree as well, right? Because the point of asking you this question, that tell me about yourself, right? The thing is, I would get to know from which city you come, I would get to know the kind of work that you are doing, and maybe based on that. So what generally happens, one professor starts the interview in the IIM Bangalore, second or professor or third professor goes through your SOP, right? So it's not like they
Okay.
will take 10 minutes to go through your SOP, no, right? At the same time, when they are interviewing you, one of the professors may go through your SOP, and in case they ask you some, they want to ask you something from SOP, they will. Otherwise, they can ask anything else as well, right? So
Okay.
obviously, I plan to ask you a lot of questions around your work ex as well, right? But I also plan to ask some questions around your profile, because so far I just knew that okay, you are a mechanical engineering graduate and you are working in DRDO, right? Apart from that, I got a very little idea about, let's say, your hobbies, your city, your UG, and all that. So I think थोड़ा सा उसको structure कर लो, right?
Okay, sir.
And also make sure, because your work ex sounds good, right? But make sure you are coming up very clearly, right? Or you are putting it so straightforward to panel so that it becomes easy for them to understand, right? Because
Okay.
आपने क्या किया ना, you started explaining the in-depth part of your work, right?
Yeah.
But first I would suggest कि उसका basic layer touch कर दो कि okay, I work as a this person in this organization and my work role is, or I generally look after this, right? After
Okay.
that, if it makes sense for you to explain further or to pick some of the projects which you want to highlight, you can do that, राइट? बट वहां पे भी स्ट्रेटेजिकली आपको देखना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज द जनरल और गुड ड्यूरेशन फॉर TMAY इज 60 to 90 seconds, right? And
Yes.
then leave some hooks there, right? For example, if you want to highlight some projects, right, just name out those projects. And जब फिर इंटरव्यूअर आपको पूछेगा कि okay, explain what you did there, right? Why you feel this project is different, or maybe some questions did, then it will give you brownie points. अभी आप सब खुद ही एक्सप्लेन करने लग जाओगे, द इंटरव्यूअर्स विल गेट बोर, राइट? सो इस
Okay.
पे थोड़ा सा आई वुड सजेस्ट यू कि गेट अ रिपोजिटरी ऑफ 10 to 20 HR क्वेश्चंस, और उसके एक बार पेन पेपर लेके उसके आंसर्स स्टार्ट कर दो लिखना, राइट? बिकॉज वंस यू स्टार्ट राइटिंग डाउन द आंसर्स, यू विल रियलाइज कि यार नहीं, खुद को ही पता लग जाएगा कि यार ये थोड़ा अच्छा नहीं लग रहा. They are asking me, tell me about yourself, I'm explaining something else, right? Same may happen with the YMBA, because you have a very big call, right? So I don't want कि आपका वो call miss हो जाए for some these reasons, right? Because this is, let's say, basic thing. यहाँ पे you can't afford to beat around the bush, you can't afford to be fumble, right? बाकी क्वेश्चंस में चलेगा,
Yes.
बाकी क्वेश्चंस में वो आपको नर्वस करेंगे तो भी चलेगा, राइट? बट इन क्वेश्चंस लाइक दिस विच आर एक्सपेक्टेड कि what are your three weaknesses, accomplishments, right? Or let's say give us some instance so where you have to stood up against your seniors, something like that, right? So these are like basic questions, expected ones. तो इसको बहुत अच्छे से प्रिपेयर कर लो, right? And once you start preparing these questions along the journey, you will realize कि okay, these are the areas where I need someone's help, these are the areas where I think I should highlight this, right? And then maybe talk to your mentors or talk to your guide कि यार टेल मी अबाउट योरसेल्फ में मुझे ये चीज नहीं बतानी, बट मुझे ये चीज बतानी है, राइट? देन
Mm.
हाउ शुड आई reframe it, right? So all those things were not very clear in your answer, right? तो थोड़ा सा उसमें काम करना पड़ेगा, right? Because as of now it sounded
Yes, sir.
like you are appearing for a job interview में
Yeah,
your
okay, I
entire work
understand.
ex will be relevant, बिकॉज मेरे पास CV होगा,
Mm-hmm.
मुझे आपके कैड्स नहीं देखने, मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता आप कौन सी सिटी से आ रहे हो, राइट? देयर यू कैन टॉक अबाउट योर वर्क एक्सपीरियंस, योर अचीवमेंट्स. बट हियर इन द IIM इंटरव्यूज, वर्क एक्स इज वैल्यूड, राइट? बट there are 100 other things which they look for, right? कि भाई बंदा डाइवर्स है या नहीं है, राइट? अब मुझे अगर कुछ पूछना है आपकी सिटी से, आई डोंट हैव एनी आइडिया, मुझे आपके हॉबीज से कुछ पूछना है, तो that are some of the things where you should focus, right? Otherwise you are also giving a negative signal about you ki I know a lot of things about my work ex, right? But then as a professor I would be happy to ask question about ki okay, tell me three laws of thermodynamics, tell me how the AC works, right? Because here you are clearly implying कि यार मुझे work ex ही पूछो, right?
Okay.
Even if we have to
Mm.
drive the interview, I would say कि talk about interesting projects, right? Maybe reduce the duration of your UG part, reduce the duration of your city, of your school, of your hobbies.
Mm.
तो 50% आप वर्क एक्स पे रख सकते हो, राइट? बट द इंटायर आंसर कैन नॉट बी ऑन द वर्क एक्स, राइट? तो अगर मैं इसको कंटिन्यू भी करता तो आई वुड हैव टेकन अ स्ट्रेस इंटरव्यू कि चलो भाई मेटल आपकी मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग पे ही बात करेंगे, हम बात ही नहीं करेंगे डीआरडीओ पे, राइट? तो उससे पहले आई वुड सजेस्ट कि बेसिक चीजें प्रिपेयर कर लो विच आर मिसिंग,
जी सर।
राइट? ठीक है,
ओके सर।
ओके,
ओके, थैंक यू सर।
ऑल राइट। Anyone else who wants to appear for a mock PI? Otherwise, we have to close this call. All right. So, assuming that no one is there to participate, right? We will have next free mock PI tomorrow. Right. Thank you, guys. Best of luck for your GDPI preparation. See you. Also, those who are struggling in their GDPI preparation or want one-to-one mentorship and access to 60 plus mentor with all the material at one place, with all the help at one place till the end, this is going to be a super course for you, where you don't have to worry about everyday schedule, what to do on each day. We are going to provide you each and everything. Regular sessions are there, a lot of things we are already doing. I will attach the link in description of GDPI brochure of our WhatsApp group. You can contact me anytime on 7984415114. See you all in the GDPI booster course. Good luck. Bye bye. Thank you.